Hey, welcome to Cafe Disco Podcast. I'm your host for this week, Mike, along with my co-hosts, Ozama and Chad.
What's up?
Yeah, that name. Not gonna say anything? Okay, that's cool. So normally we would start the show with a review of a movie that the other guys chose for us to watch this week. We're not going to do that at the beginning of this one. That's going to be a separate video that you can watch on YouTube. So we're going to get right into the topics. Topic 1. So I had an idea for thinking of the 5 most iconic movies from your childhood. Your childhood being when you were each around 5 to 15 years old. So it's going to be different years for each one of us because we're different ages.
So like the 1960s for me.
Yeah, 1960s for me, like 2010s for Chad, and no. So, you want me to go first? You want me to start it?
Are we going? So we're doing top 5? Are we going one at a time, or are we just giving our whole list?
Or you can give the whole list, or whatever. I mean, you don't have to name them 1 to 5. But so mine, right? In case anybody is wondering, the years for mine between when I was 5 and 15 is 92 to 2002. Chad is 96 to 2006, and Ozama is 2000 to 2010.
Man,
he is old.
You're young.
Yeah, right. So mine would be probably the most iconic, I would say, is Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I figured you were gonna use that.
Just the special effects were incredible. One of the best things about it was they used animatronics and not computer special effects or like CGI, but everything looks so real for the time that it was done. So that's probably the most iconic one, I would say. My other ones are just some of my most favorite that I used to watch like over and over again.
So
during that time frame.
Guilty pleasures.
Not really guilty pleasures because they're awesome.
Am I going to make fun of you for them?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. But they're just awesome movies that I would watch over and over again. Billy Madison, classic.
Yeah, great movie.
Probably, in that time frame, one of the greatest comedy movies there was.
Watch that.
You've never seen that?
Nope.
Oh my god.
Oh man, you're missing
Okay,
out. You're missing out big time. But so to go right with that, Happy Gilmore, which was another one.
Yeah.
It was I think they were like 1 year apart, but yeah, another one that was one of the best. Beverly Hills Cop 3. I don't know if anybody watched the Beverly Hills Cops with Eddie Murphy.
I did not watch.
I did watch them, but I wasn't a huge fanatic over them.
Really?
I didn't watch one of them. So.
Oh man, yeah, like they were
You
awesome.
didn't watch Beverly Hills Cop?
Whoa, hold on.
What?
Pull the reins a little. Pull the reins a little. Just because Eddie Murphy's in it.
Yeah, watch it.
Well, you went the race card. I wasn't saying that.
That's what you were. I think that's where you were insinuating there.
No.
Yes, it will.
You're right.
You guys,
they
guys can't take a joke.
They were great movies, but the only one that I could put in my time frame was the third one because the other two were like late 80s.
Now, question. Can we put like one whole set of movies like one count as one?
I was told no.
Yeah, we were told. I thought we went over this earlier.
I know.
So my fifth and final one, which is probably up there with Jurassic Park as far as being iconic. The Matrix. The Matrix was.
I've seen The Matrix one time, and I
fantastic.
don't remember much of it.
Really?
That's probably
3
something I
times.
should rewatch.
I seen it 3 times.
As far as how iconic it is, it's one of the it kind of changed special effects when it came out with the whole slow motion, bullet dodging and all that. There really wasn't any of that before The Matrix came out. So
Yeah, I need to rewatch that series. I haven't seen it in a long time.
So that's my list. That's my 5. And I think I have probably the best 10-year time frame out of the 3 of us to choose from. But
yeah, you think?
Well, really just Jurassic Park was. I mean, plus you get the Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, some of the best comedies that there was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
But-
guys gonna hate me.
Oh, I'm sure.
I didn't watch the original Jurassic Park.
Oh,
What's wrong
dude,
with
really?
you?
Because that movie holds up really well.
The
Like
original,
even my 7-year-old, when he was 5, he was obsessed with the original Jurassic Park.
I kept meaning to watch. I just didn't get a chance to it. Along with The Godfather and everything like that, I didn't watch those.
Wow.
Like, you missed out on some classics, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's all right.
Well, you
Those-
can you
those
can watch
are the-
Jurassic Park. It holds up. So
It does, yeah. I mean, it's better than Jurassic. The original Jurassic Park, to me, has better special effects than Jurassic World,
yeah.
which is saying something.
The only good thing about Jurassic World is Chris Pratt's awesome. But besides that,
Yeah, that's true.
True.
So, Nozama,
Number 5, The Hangover. Come on, you have to admit that was
I'm
one of
such
the
a millennial.
I'm just saying that was one of the funniest
was a funny
movies.
movie.
So,
yeah, it was good.
It was funny.
Yeah. Number 4, Iron Man, the first one.
The best Marvel
The
movie,
Mm.
for that time for me, yeah.
Oh,
Def-
best
def-
Marvel movie?
definitively.
Best Marvel movie?
Yes.
I don't know if it's the best
Best Marvel
movie.
superhero movie. Yes,
Best Marvel super? I
Yeah.
can't agree with that.
I agree with that.
No.
Logan's better than Iron Man.
That's Fox. I'm talking about Marvel made.
Oh, you said Marvel superhero movie.
Marvel made.
Marvel made. Okay, I could probably agree with that.
I don't know.
Why? Don't you know?
Avengers 1 is probably the best one, I think. The
Avengers 1 was great, but
Yeah, it
I
was
think
good.
Iron Man's the one that kicked it all off, and
Yeah.
well, yeah.
it's
Iron Man,
it's probably the best
exactly.
one.
That's why it's my number 4.
Well, hold on. Going back to your Hangover thing, I know. In one of the past shows, we talked about the movies that we're most excited for that are coming out, and you said Joker.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that made The Hangover is the same guy that's making Joker. The director.
I don't know how's that
So-
gonna work, but
Yeah, I don't see where
So
that adds.
just
any
Exactly.
value.
just a nice little factoid.
okay.
Yeah, we'll see how
how's
that
gonna
movie
work.
turns out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Number 3, Chad, just shut up. Finding Nemo. Listen,
We don't have crickets on there, right?
No,
Listen.
no crickets.
listen. When I first watched it, I was like a kid still, so yeah. And I watched it at least like 3 times. So yeah.
I've seen it plenty of times, but I wasn't a kid, so I mean I was a lot older than you, I guess.
I mean, wasn't that great though?
It's a good film.
It's a great
It's
film.
not. It's nowhere near on the caliber of other Disney films. If you're Pixar films,
Well, for my time frame, yeah, it kind of is.
I guess for your time frame, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. And then Finding Nemo was a big one.
Yeah.
It was critically acclaimed too.
Yeah. For whatever reason. It was
Yeah.
okay. It was fine. It was fine.
It was great,
It was
Chad.
fine.
Come on.
It was
now.
okay.
It was not okay. Fine, whatever.
All right.
Number 2, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
I would agree with you on that. I wish that's probably the one you were asking if we could put them all together.
Yes.
Because I know it
Yeah.
ain't that last one.
No. So yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I would agree with you on Harry Potter.
Come
and
on. Exactly. Yeah.
I would love to put the whole series in there.
Exactly. I
Harry,
mean,
Harry Potter's good, and
Harry Potter is great.
You know,
It is great.
You know, I watched Harry Potter for the first time. Like, it's probably like a year ago.
Wow.
Wow, for the
Yeah.
first.
All of them. I watched.
can't
I watched
stop
like all. How many are there? 8, 7 or 8.
There's
Something like
seven.
that. Yeah, I think.
Seven.
Well, there's 7, but
the last one's broken
Yeah,
The
into
last
2.
one's 2, so it's
Yeah.
8 movies.
Yeah, so I watched all of them like one right after the other. You know, each day I watched a different one
Yeah,
for the
they're-
first time.
I do that like once a year. They're
Yeah.
awesome.
Same. I do the same thing too as well. Yeah, and the first one was my favorite so far. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I would agree.
And number 1, you might actually like this.
I'm
Dark
going to-
Knight.
Yeah,
The Dark Knight.
it's
Yes.
definitely the best off the list right there.
Yeah, The Dark Knight. Only because of Heath Ledger.
See, that-
There you go. Okay, we're good. I agree. I agree.
And that's
Listen.
where we part
I
ways.
agree.
But
Listen.
we've gone over this
Yeah,
on like
too
every
many,
show,
too
so
many times.
yeah. So yeah,
can't dwell on it too much.
But I
Yeah.
agree with you, Nozama, because of Heath Ledger.
yeah. The best performance by Joker. So yeah.
That's
my
in your
opinion.
time frame?
Yes, it actually is. Yeah.
2008
hmm
came out.
Wow.
See,
Mine are not listed in any kind of
mine weren't either.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, mine are
Right.
just all on the same caliber. I can't. So, Men in Black. I'm a huge Will Smith fan in general.
Men in Black is good.
And Men in Black, I feel like
I didn't expect that coming.
as a kid, that was a movie I watched over and over and over and over again.
Man in Black was
I've done the
funny.
same thing
it
with
was
that.
great. Yeah,
It was good.
it was good.
Space Jam. We discussed this a little bit earlier.
Yeah, Space Jam was awesome.
It is an awesome
Especially
movie.
when you're a kid watching it.
It's great. It's really great. Have you
Yeah.
seen Space Jam?
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
I
Space
didn't
Jam.
know. I have to ask about every movie.
I told you. I should.
Harry Potter. We already discussed that. That's on mine too because that one made it in my time frame.
Yeah, it spans over like 8 years. So
Yeah.
It's probably in all three of our time frames, maybe.
James and the Giant Peach.
I have never seen.
You guys
that.
probably weren't expecting that one.
I wasn't.
I've
Great.
never
The,
seen
the
that.
animated?
Great film.
The animated?
The live action
Oh,
animated.
okay. Yeah.
You know, it's mixed.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was good.
I didn't see it.
Have you seen
I
that?
didn't see it.
You haven't seen James and the Giant Peach? I don't know how well
I
it
don't
holds
think I
up.
have. No.
I don't know how well it holds up, but it was awesome when I was a child.
Yeah, it is. Well, I haven't seen it in a long time.
I haven't
But yeah, it
either.
was awesome watching it as a kid.
No, I didn't see it.
And then this one you might not expect either. This was probably more my teenage years. Face Off. With John
Travolta.
John
and-
Travolta and Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Fan face.
Great film.
Yeah, it is good.
Great film.
I believe
Face
I've
Off
seen
is
that
good.
film. I'm not good with names. Mistaken.
Yeah, it's kind of a. It's like these two guys. One's a cop, right?
Yeah.
Or one's a cop and
One's
one's,
a
a
criminal.
felon.
Yeah.
And then they get in this. They go into this procedure where they switch faces.
No, I have not.
And yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. You should watch it.
It is.
sometime.
That and Con Air, but I didn't want to put Con Air. Con Air is another great Nicolas
Yeah,
Cage
yeah.
film.
Yeah, Con Air. He's got a lot of them.
I went through a kick where I watched like all the Nicolas Cage movies, and you can see where like in his younger years, his films are awesome, and then he gets really weird.
Yeah.
As he gets older, he gets
Yeah.
weird.
Sure.
One of the only more recent ones that I've liked of his that I've seen is The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
I
Did
don't
you ever
think
see
I've
that?
seen that
You
one.
ever seen that one?
No.
That's a pretty good one. It's still like probably 10 years old, but
Yeah.
it's a good one. All right, so on the topic of movies, I don't know if you guys have heard about this or not, but there's a movie that just got canceled. I think it's Universal is the one that was making it, but they canceled it. It's called The Hunt.
Yeah.
You heard about it?
I've seen the trailer.
Yeah. You know what it's about?
It's absurd.
It's pretty. It's
It's
pretty
absurd.
Crazy. It's pretty crazy, but do you know what it's about?
Yeah.
It's a crazy premise, and it's really wrong and out there. In case anybody hasn't heard it before, it's essentially a movie about a bunch of rich, entitled, liberal people, and they go on a vacation to this like desert island, and they go and they kidnap, I think it's 12 like Republican
Hillbillies.
yeah.
I mean, they
But they
stereotype
call it.
everything.
I think there's a line in the movie in one of the trailers that actually says nothing like hunting down some deplorables or something like that.
Yeah, they do.
And they go out on this island and they hunt down 12 people that are. I don't think they're ever really mentioned to be Republicans, but it's obvious that that's what they were going for.
Now, can you imagine if the roles were like switch?
Yeah, I
Can
know.
you?
That's what I was just about to say. It's a
Like-
huge it's a huge double standard. And they use stereotypes in the whole film pretty much. The liberals
Yeah.
are stereotyped as these high class,
Rich people.
rich people, which is the opposite of what they say they are, because they say that the 1% is all Republican.
Yeah.
And then the Republicans are just, degenerate hillbillies.
Yeah.
And it's pretty brutal if you watch the trailer. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
they're not just trying to kill them. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, they're hunting them down, and there's some really bad kills in it.
Now, do you think
But-
that this movie should be able to exist?
I do.
Yeah, I do too.
I was just about to
Yeah.
say, as absurd as it is, and as terrible as
Just when
the
they're-
premise
they're
is,
right, yeah.
yeah,
Right.
I don't think that it should have. I don't think that Universal should have canceled it.
I think it's stupid,
should.
but yeah.
So it
Yeah,
is
it's
canceled. I
done.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think it's. I don't know if they've officially canceled it, but
They have.
it looks like they're going to.
They have after the whole shooting thing.
And now they'll make
yeah.
an indie film.
Probably.
I'm sure. I'm totally fine with it because it's their rights. It's First Amendment. They have the
Now,
right to make that.
If people actually good with this one. Now, if they actually make like one that actually switch the roles, I want nobody to whine or like complain.
They'll blame Trump for it.
Well,
Yeah.
they will, but
What they, I don't know why. I don't know why they canceled this one. I'm assuming that it's because of the timing.
yeah,
That's
the
so
timing.
close with the recent shootings and stuff. But I don't think that it should be canceled. I think that it should have been maybe delayed, the release delayed a year or so.
Yeah,
But I don't think that they should have canceled it. It's art,
Yep.
which we've talked about before. I think anything should be, nothing's off limits when you're talking about art and things like that.
Yeah, a lot of conservatives have been coming out saying that they shouldn't be allowed to make it. And this and
Yeah,
that.
that's
I
wrong.
completely disagree with that. What you should do is encourage everybody who thinks it's offensive to not support it, and that way it fails miserably at the box
Yeah.
office. That's what you
Yeah.
should do.
But you can't take away the right for it to be there.
No, you can't.
And you shouldn't do that.
Now, do we rate it differently? Maybe, depending on how violent it is. I mean, you have to get to the point where it's more violent than other films, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Because I mean, that being said, you can't make anything and get it into theaters. There are some things that are too absurd for theaters.
Yeah. But I think that line is drawn when you get to like things that are extremely violent or like pornographic.
Yeah, but I mean, they do have extremely, like you said, extremely violent stuff where it's just way too much,
Yeah.
and they can't
Yeah.
put it in. That's why a lot of these indie, like weird Japanese films and stuff, they never make it into their theaters over, and even Japan, they don't.
yeah, they way too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are a lot.
Well, there's not so much. I don't know how much of that there is in the U.S. as far as the
Most of it's
violent side of it.
It's well, if it gets too far, it's indie. They won't
Yeah.
even try to put it out.
Yeah.
But they have a checklist for everything. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain amount of curse words you can use to get an R rating. There's a certain amount of,
Oh yeah.
violence
standards
you
for
can use,
everything.
nudity you
Yeah.
can use before it's too far. So
Yeah.
as long
And
as this meets those standards, then I guess it should be.
And
allowed.
they also have other ratings that some ratings that go into theaters that are not typical.
Mhm.
Like the what is it, NC-17?
Yeah.
I think is the one above R.
Mhm.
But there's not many of those.
I just think that was like a stupid concept to begin with, though. Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
the whole premise of it was just
The movie?
Oh, the movie. Yeah.
It's
I thought you were talking about ratings. I was about to say, well, we kind of need
No,
that.
no, not
ratings. Ratings are terrible. Kids should see everything.